just trying to keep going themselves in this mad, bad world, which may well get worse unless the Middle East situation takes a turn for the better.
Look, we're in Hull. There's a real buzz in the room, in the air. There's real excitement in the region. But I think there's also a question around government and how to unlock growth. What's the solution?
Well, I think sort of like Energy Voice, we're doing our bit to get our slice of the action, because this is a vital area for renewable energy, and what you're doing with your discussions with Melanie on reflects her commitment to these things, and there are all sorts of politics, but we've got to cut through some of that to make sure the investment that is vital for this area to grow and thrive and employ people works, and that's hard work at the moment.
So is it a question of sort of speed of decision making, or is it sort of the
Any
nature?
decision making would be good, because it is a logjam in all the politics, and I know obviously with your base from your group up in Scotland, the politics of Scotland is complicated at the moment with John Swinney's world, as it is with Keir Starmer's world, and possibly even with the Mayor of Manchester if he changes job. So getting a decision, getting some of that investment to happen, which private sector needs, calm, order, stability, and people to actually make decisions, is vital.
And so, I mean, given this sort of obvious uncertainty throughout the sort of the political sphere, I think the question is clearly, what can companies be doing, right? What should they be thinking about? How can they try and sort of best navigate this big sort of uncertainty?
Well, the big ones usually are in a good position to survive and prosper and be ready to access the investment opportunities that will occasionally come their way, just as actually keep the relationship going with organisations who can help this process, just as the smaller ones just trying to keep going themselves in this mad, bad world, which may well get worse unless the Middle East situation takes a turn for the better.
Because it often feels like it's the sort of the SMEs who are really sort of feeling the biggest effects of the crunch, right?
Yeah, well, sort of. We know the Governor of the Bank of England. We talk to him regularly. We knew Mervyn King as well, and from that point of view, it's very interesting about watching the patterns of operation, the movement to cash, and the movement to smaller businesses and how they're operating in terms of payments. Which allow them to survive, perhaps, rather than thrive in the way that some of the bigger ones can do, particularly if you're having late payments, which is a problem, which, again, is not always easy if you're in business.
And just finally, I mean, I think, obviously we're focusing on this sort of the energy side of things. And it seems like the region is incredibly strong in this area. What's the sort of the upside for Hull, right? If we get it right, what's the positive case?
Well, I think, as we have spotted, we've been at the back of the queue because of some of the politics and difficulties. But as you see now, occasionally, if we can get it right, I'm not saying we'll be quite in the same place that Scotland has got itself to in terms of renewable energy and opportunities, and we could certainly perhaps take a hop in the right direction, which will create in itself new jobs and opportunities, which is badly needed in our part of the world, where we have some bad and difficult, deprived statistics, as well as the opportunities if we can grasp them.